Salam and peace to everyone. This week I'm trying out a new series, so I want to see what you think. Please give me your honest opinions. I've created a mini series called Morning Talks with Aisha, so it's every other day I'll speak about a topic. It will be a short talk, of course, because it's going to be done in my car whilst I'm driving the kids to school, or after I drop my kids to school. And whilst I'm driving to work, I think that's the best time. Let me know what you think. So I put on Instagram that I was going to do this, and I asked for some discussion topics, and I've had a couple so far. The one I'm going to focus on this morning is the word revert. Now this is very interesting because we spoke about this briefly on radio and Radio Ramadan last week when I was on in Glasgow. So someone texted me on Instagram saying something like, I'm paraphrasing because obviously I don't have my phone, something like I really dislike the word revert. Could you talk about that? I don't know if they're coming from a raised Muslim perspective or a revert perspective, but I have came across both, so I'm just going to discuss both. As you know, if you look at my channel name, I refer to myself as a revert. I do it for a few reasons: to be recognised, to be able to be recognised by other reverts online, because I want to be of some sort of help, because things I talk about might be relevant to them. So this is the first thing. Am I ashamed, or do I dislike to refer to myself as a revert? No. A lot of reverts do, but no. Just because there's a stigma attached to being a revert doesn't mean that I hate the word. Rather, I just hate the stigma. The stigma I'm talking about is people get confused. People look at the word revert and think, new Muslim. But I've been a revert for 14 years. I'm definitely by no means a new Muslim. So when you think someone is a new Muslim, you're very hesitant to, take their words because you believe maybe they're lacking in knowledge. But also generally, I find that your word is devalued in the community. So I know that that's going to ruffle a few feathers, but actually if you have a conversation with many reverts, you're going to hear this, unfortunately. This is the way it is. I have had a few discussions with reverts, and they feel because they are a revert, they're just not taken seriously, or, their words are not taken as sound. So, I mean, that's the stigma that is attached to it, the stigma that you are a new Muslim because you're a revert, and I hate that. So when it comes to a Muslim perspective on the revert word, or on the word revert, this has actually been mentioned to me before, so I'm coming from that direction. I don't know if this person necessarily means it in this way, but I'm just going to talk about my experiences. So from a raised Muslim perspective, they somehow believe that either we're creating another sect, okay, so we're which is not the case, absolutely not, or that we're trying to elevate our own status and somehow believe because we are reverts that we believe that we are better than raised Muslims. Now let me tell you something. That is rubbish. That is so rubbish. It's other raised Muslims that put that on us. They say because we are reverts, we are blessed and we are loved and all the rest. What I see is a test. So I don't want to say how Allah sees me, I feel blessed for being given the opportunity to practice Islam and to know Islam, especially because of the fact that I used to deny him. So because of that, I definitely feel blessed. But I don't think I'm better than any other Muslim because I'm a revert. I would never. I think that is the peak of arrogance, and I don't put myself in that position. Other Muslims put me in that position. If a raised Muslim has a problem with that, then they need to take it up with the people who are using it, and that is definitely not me. No revert that I have come across. I also believe when it comes to a raised Muslim perspective that they can dislike the word, for sure, of course. But they have no right to say that we should not refer to ourselves as it. If you want to refer to yourself as a revert, then refer to yourself as a revert. They're the same thing. You're a revert Muslim. It means that you were raised in a way that was not befitting. Sometimes it is relevant to say that you're a revert. Sometimes it is called for. It just depends on the conversation. Also depends on who you're having the conversation with. Sometimes it's relevant to say that you're a revert, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, why I say revert rather than convert is a whole other conversation. I call myself a revert because I believe that we are born God conscious, but we are raised in different ways. I was definitely raised as a non-believer, and I would refer to myself as agnostic, but I mean I was a non-believer, you know. So to summarise, I'm definitely not ashamed to call myself a revert, and I don't think any other person should be either. I do agree that there's a stigma that because you're a revert you just don't know as much as a raised Muslim, or you're a new Muslim, or you are somehow better than raised Muslims. So I do believe that there's a stigma there, but I mean, I don't call myself a revert for any of these things. I call myself a revert to like point out to people that I once believed in something else, and I have found my way back to Allah. And my son kindly pointed out that he feels really blessed and lucky to be raised Muslim. I think it's just being grateful for whatever circumstance you're in. I'm very proud to call myself a revert Muslim because one day I called upon other than him, or I denied him. You know, that is massive, and for me to be given his mercy anyway, and for me to have a chance at leading a life pleasing to him, I'm very proud of that. And I feel like that's why sometimes I need to refer to myself as that, you know, like just to remind myself. And when it comes to raised Muslims, I mean, to be able to say that you had Islam from the beginning, that you had the benefit of being raised in a Muslim family or hearing the name of Allah throughout your life. I know like raised Muslims don't always have the perfect Islamic upbringing as well, but just to be able to know the concept of God and the Prophet ﷺ is a real blessing. We should all just be grateful for our own individual situations, inshallah. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my one-man discussion, and what do you think? Like, what do you think about the word revert? I would love for both raised Muslims and reverts to comment on this, because I know a lot of reverts who don't like to call themselves it, so I would really like to have a mix of views in the comment section. If I've said anything to offend anybody, then I apologise. I'm not here to offend, here to, you know, express my opinions on topics that are relevant, and hopefully just be a part of productivity within the community, inshallah. So hope you have a lovely day, and let me know what you think about this idea or this new series, and yeah, I'll see you for the next